Shake your booties, let the world see you. We're making a movie. You're all in the movie.
You're about to see a historic musical performance, okay? This is history in the making here. All right. 1, 2, 3. Well, I'm sick of seeing spring and summer through the office glass, and I've got an itch to scratch from way back when.
I'm playing polka dots down the bar. I want my thrill back car. It's a place where you and me can be kids again.
Meet me down at Liberty Land. Meet me down at Liberty Land.
Where the magic's in your hand, it's your Superman. Meet me down at Liberty Land.
I'm Steve Mulroy, and my family's from Pensacola, Florida, and I was living in D.C. As a lawyer for the Justice Department when I decided that I wanted to be a law professor, and so I found a job here in Memphis, Tennessee. And when I was growing up in Brooklyn, if you needed to go to an amusement park, you had to pack up a trip, you had to pack a lunch, you had to get everyone in the car, and you had to drive for hours to go out somewhere to an amusement park, and it was an all-day thing. It was a big deal. Here in Memphis, people could just drive 5-10 minutes and just spend a couple of hours at an amusement park, and it was really affordable, and it was great. It was great for people that had less money than me, but I loved it too. And when I heard that they were going to close it, I thought, God, what a short-sighted and stupid thing that the city of Memphis is getting ready to do. But I didn't think there was much I could do about it until I read a newspaper article in the Commercial Appeal about this grassroots group that was going to try to save it. There was some woman named Denise Parkinson, and they had the little number. And my wife Amy said, you know, you ought to call her. You ought to help her out.
My name's Denise Parkinson. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas, and I spent a lot of time in Memphis, and I moved here to live here about 4 years ago. And I used to be somewhat of a tree hugger back in Arkansas, the natural state. But here in Memphis, I embarked on a career, I guess, of saving the Zippin' Pippin, the Carousel, and Liberty Land quite by accident, because the city wanted to demolish the park, which is nuts. It says, the total economic impact from the study the city did, $22 million. That's Liberty Land's total economic impact. So if they lost 500,000, if they close it down, they're going to lose $22 million.
Is that what that says? That it brings in $22 million into the city's economy?
I'm Misty White. I came from Little Rock, Arkansas, and I am a drummer in a rock and roll band, among other things. Colonel Sanders said, you do one thing, you do it well, you'll be a success. So I give parties pretty well. You know, sometimes things happen, but sometimes good things happen too.
It should be once a month. In February, there's Valentine's Day, and then March, you know, Rides of Spring or whatever. But
There's nothing in January, and there's nothing to, this is just a Christmas party designed to raise awareness. Don't interrupt me.
No, the bigger the names are going to get, and it's going to culminate in the spring with big names.
I understand. We're not here to argue. The next show, the creative arts in there.
Look, can we get back to what's already happened? If we're going to have a talking point that addresses the economic part of this, the city spent $50,000. We need to keep throwing that back in their face. They actually spent $50,000 on a study, which was like what we're doing here, basically a brainstorming session among a lot of movers and shakers, without taking any economic ramifications into account.
Misty, Denise's sister, was there, and at some point they seemed to have words, and Misty walked off like she was mad about something. I don't know what that was. And
it's like everybody will get a chance to have their input and everything, but I'm sorry I pissed her off. She's very sensitive.
It's not just Midtown though. The problem is that the city is broke. It's flat broke. They closed all public swimming pools. They canceled all public development projects for the near future.
For us. And they ransacked everything, saying they were putting it back into the city's general fund. But because the head of the snake was so corrupt,
I can't handle her.
Why not?
she's just.
Behind a plan to allow the renovation.
Is she still in the band?
No.
Why not?
She said I created a police state.
You created a police state.
Yeah.
Incorporate Liberty Land into the development plan that is the alternative to tearing it down.
She's into what she's into, which is a white sister trait.
Yeah.
So you got to love her for that.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not stopping. I've been sitting next to her when she emails, going, "Hey, no, don't say it that way."
Slow
Give
down,
us time.
don't do anything irrevocable. Let's give us time to explore all these other different things we're talking about. Getting somebody to come in and buy it, or maybe upgrading the management, whatever. The point is, we don't know what the answer is necessarily. There are a number of options, but the point is, you shouldn't be rushing to judgment. You should be giving their time for public discussion and debate on this.
Yeah, and hey, that's what petitions are usually about, right? It's
Right.
calling for a referendum. Can you put the wording better, and then we'll just take it from there and email me?
Everyone seemed all about raising public consciousness. What's her name? Susie from the band was there, and she was talking about what kind of T-shirt she was going to make. Got wood! Exclamation point. Or a question mark was going to be her little slogan, and we discussed whether that was too racy. And
It's a good idea.
My
What-
Stevens
who-
are
what
even.
sex-
My
I don't
husband's name's
understand the
Steven.
sexual
My husband's
innuendo.
Steven, because he's like so.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't, would you? Even my old man understands
No,
it,
I don't
Susie.
get
Come
it.
on. I mean, Dad,
Would
do you
you buy
understand
a
got
t-shirt
wood?
that's-
Do you understand what that means?
Yeah, I understand.
It's like got milk, but it's wood because the Zip and Pippin's made out of wood.
They what?
Was she telling you to get those people off the street?
Yeah.
Why? Because you have to have a permit to.
Yeah, they're just walking down the street. No big deal.
So that lady works for the parade?
I don't know who she is.
right.
He explained that they can't sell, but the mayor can lease.
Right.
So the mayor is trying to lease and sell. And
Right.
the city council is not able to affect the lease or the sale. So they're impotent.
We got to get together on this, same mind.
Yeah. A couple of things. First of all, I want you guys to be emotionally prepared. The council thing went very well, as I figured it probably would. The court thing, it's a real crapshoot. On the merits of the legal question of who owns the rides, we have a very strong case. But if Alan Andradas is in a bad mood or something, he may hone in hard on what right do we have to sue. Just a bunch of private citizens. Now, there are arguments, there's a statute that seems to give us that right. I believe we have that right. But I just don't want you to be too crestfallen if he says today, I don't see how you have any right to be in this courtroom. Case dismissed. It could happen.
Ready. We're going to sell this Zip and Pippin in what I get on. It's at 10,000. We did 10 bit of a 10,000 dollars, make a 10 bit of a 10,000 dollars, or a 100 bit of a 10 bit of a 10,000 dollars, or a 100 bit of 10. Tell me what
Big
you get on.
Silver Airstream Norton carpet bagging mobile unit number 23. To your right. Coldwater, Michigan. Yeah, they threw some cold water on our effort, didn't they?
There's the little red caboose, Mr. Boo.
100,000, 1,000. I got 15, now 2. 2,000.
2,000. Money in gang?
Your turn.
Sell the boards off.
Your turn. 2,000.
Sign them, Elvis, and sell them one at a time. He threw up on it. Yeah, he did.
25,000. 2,500. 2,500. 3,000. Anybody else? What do you think?
Honey, we don't own anything forever. It's got to move on down the road. What's next?
What price is 32,000?
Have you all looked at that pile of lumber back there?
Did you buy it?
Yeah,
What's your name?
Lumber been down there to build an ark.
Steven Schutz.
We bought the Zip and Pippin.
$34,900.
$2,500. My main interest is because Elvis wrote it, and I had no idea. I thought it'd go for $25,000. Our main interest is one of the cars, and you know they state that this is Elvis's car. He definitely did ride it. I have pictures of him on it. So $2,500 is a steal. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it other than a car.
Liberty Land is no more, and it will never be. But I still want an explanation why a century of amusement park tradition must be eradicated and replaced with condominiums. And I want an answer. So it would be nice if after 11 months of a campaign in which I was the only person to ever ask the mayor, Mayor Harrington, why are you letting this happen? It would be nice if 11 months into this campaign, the media would start to ask some questions. $25,000.